Hey guys, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada here with Jocelyn Alice. Thank you for joining me on this day of isolation. What were you doing in life when the world came crumbling down?
Yeah, I was on tour with Ria May on the East Coast, and every day was like a little bit more and more intense. And then eventually, I kind of just cut my travels short and headed back to Calgary.
Crazy. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're supposed to be on tour this summer as well, right?
Yeah, I'm so disappointed about that. It's so weird to not know when all of this is going to be over.
Yeah, that's a scary part, that there's like no end date in sight.
Exactly.
That's crazy. So what have you been doing to fill your time now?
I have not been writing music at all. I have no inspiration for that at all. No reason to do that right now.
Mm-mm.
I've just been like doing weird creative stuff, like playing guitar and learning how to record music and listening to like my old songs and kind of sending them to artists and stuff, and mainly just hanging out.
That's good. You deserve it, I feel like. Where are you right now? There's toys in the background. What's going on?
So yeah, I collect stuffed animals.
Do you?
I'm totally kidding.
I was gonna say.
This is my brother-in-law's daughter's room,
Oh, nice.
and I'm just far too lazy to clean it up for you. I didn't even make the bed. I'm sorry, girl.
That's okay. You don't need to clean up for me. That's totally fine. Okay, we got to talk about Songland. First of all, congratulations. That is massive. That's a huge show to be a part of.
Yeah, I'm still processing the fact that this like little Canadian girl got on that show somehow. It's really cool.
Yeah, well, not just a little Canadian girl. You're Jocelyn Alice. So is it true that you found out 3 days before you had to go to LA to go shoot that show?
Yeah, and luckily I was already in LA, but there were several people that were like scrambling to get there, which is funny because we'd been not negotiating, like going back and forth about the show for like 7 months or something. And it's just so funny. It's like that's how the music industry works for sure. It's like you spend all this time waiting and then it's like, you better get here.
Is that what they were like? They called you up, or they're like, get over here.
Get here.
So how did that work? Did you know that
crew ever like I've ever worked with? Like it was just such down to earth people. The contestants, like I cannot stress that enough. It was such a great experience.
Yeah, it seemed like it was really good vibes, like very supportive. It didn't seem like one of those like cutthroat song competition shows.
Exactly. That's the first thing they said to us when they sat us all down was like, we're on your team and you don't have to worry about that here.
Oh, that's
woo! Okay.
Yeah. Did you know that it was going to be her? Like, did you know that you were going to pick that song? Like, did you have that all set up and ready to go? How did that all work?
I actually had pitched a bunch of songs for a bunch of different artists because I write in so many genres.
Right.
And actually decided on my song for her through her team. So a bunch of people in her team had listened through to a bunch of demos and had decided that she would like these 4 songs the best.
Oh, nice. That's really sweet. And this isn't your first time being in like a competition show. You've done Canadian Idol. You've done some others, right? So you're an old vet.
I'm a reality TV show vet, honey. The first time I was on reality TV was when I was 16, which is what, I'm 34. How many years is that?
I'm in radio, so I don't do math.
A lot of years, okay? Like that feels like a whole other life, honestly. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can imagine. What was it like? Because you're like in the show, you're working with all these huge names and you're going out there and you're presenting your song. What was your feeling like going out? I can't even imagine what that would be like.
If I'm going to be honest, like I think 5 years ago, I would have felt really insecure and I would have felt a lot more nervous. Obviously the nerves really got to me right before I went on. Like it was definitely the most nerves I've ever had as a performer. But I also kind of felt like, and this is something that I think I've gained with my older age, is that I like my music and I don't like totally care about what people think anymore. And I think that's why I've had success. And I think that's what really takes a great artist, in my opinion, is having that conviction. And so to have them then love it was just like, oh my God, like what a cherry on top of this experience, because they could have said anything and I still would have said, I still like my song, But it was very, very cool to get to evolve the song because I already thought it was so strong. But then to see what Shane did with the song was just like, I learned so much. It was mind boggling to me.
Yeah. Do you think that that's the mentality that songwriters should have, is just having, if you love it yourself sort of thing?
I mean, I think it's a mixture of that and also like maintaining an open mind and knowing that if you're working with the right people and you trust them, everything is going to work out in the end. Like I knew, like I really wanted Shane. And when I got him, and the moment I walked in the door, I just felt like goo in his hands because I just trusted him. And I just knew that he wasn't going to take my song anywhere that wasn't to his standard. And his standard is so much higher than mine. Right. So it's, yeah, that to me was the real reward. Like people are like messaging me saying like, I'm so sorry you lost. And I'm like, did I? Like, right. I feel like what I really wanted to do was sit with Shane. Like that was really what I wanted. And I got that. So
yeah. And I was going to say, like, as a songwriter, it's got to be, do you feel protective over your songs as if they're like your babies, or are you just like so open to just being like, okay, take it and turn it into something else?
No, very protective. And I'm very controlling. Like there's not, I mean, the reason I trusted Shane so much is because he's written so many songs that like I really respect. Mm. So for me, that's kind of how it goes. Like if I've heard something of yours that I think is like at a level where I feel like we're going to like come at it from the same place also, like right from your heart, I just felt like you can just trust him. It's going to be good.
That's awesome. Okay, so you're going to perform for us as well. Is that right?
I was just going to do a little snippet of an older song of mine. I'm getting a lot of messages about this song. I always get a lot of messages about Bound to You. This is the song I'm going to sing. About like helping people and the time in their life they were going through when they heard it. And it's just been extra cool to get those messages more recently because the girl that wrote Bound to You with me is actually the same writer that wrote the song on Songland. So yeah, they kind of live in the same world for sure. So I thought I would just give you guys a little piece of that. Right. And I'm going to use my hair mousse as my microphone because quarantine, baby.
Quarantine. I love it. All right. Whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right. Last time you came around, my hair was chocolate brown. Guess it's been that long. Tried moving on. Never made it past the front lawn. Guess I'm not that strong. I should have fallen out of love with you by now. But I got a part, I got a piece, I got a heart permanently bound to you. Should have forgotten what I felt for you by now. But I got a part of me that's permanently bound to you.
Yay! Jocelyn, thank you so much. This is like the highlight of my quarantine.
Oh my God, girl, you're so pro and so chill and so calm. I love that.
Yeah, cool. Well, it's so nice to chat with you. Such a pleasure. I hope you survive and aren't too bored hanging out at home.